I've come here like 200 times or something. And I've always been a voyeur and never on stage. This is my first time. I don't have anything that I've written on my own to read this evening, but I do have a favorite poet, and he is virtually unknown in the United States. Although he was born in Los Angeles, he's not widely known, and I think he's fantastic. And I'm just going to read a book from his, read a poem from his book, Eden's Midnight Playground. It's called The Vast Birdless Open. Last night as I sat at the bar sipping red wine, because of something someone half said, or half meant to say, I ventured into a grand hallucination. First, I visited a planet where the only language was touch, and there was essentially a kind of constant orgy interlaced with moments of rest and massage, punctuated by gentleness, compassion, and the deepest undercurrent of honor I had ever felt. Or I should say imagined, not felt on this crazy, quiet, ridiculously socially deranged, physically deformed planet we live on. And I ventured on in my hallucination to a melodical planet where trees whose fruits were musical instruments grew. There were violin trees, guitar trees, and you should have seen the massive dark grandeur of the piano trees. I plucked one guitar, but I found that it was not yet ripe. So I reached up for another. And when I brought it down and strummed it, it produced more gloriously warm tones than I could have ever even conceived were attainable. Its vibrations sealed any and all cracks of remembered traumas at having been dropped. And so beautiful was its presence, a reminder of tenderness and delight, and its purring hum, like a million happily petted kittens. It restores of one's crushed sense of wonder, that for a moment my loneliness evaporated and all memory of having been lonely was erased. I visited other planets in this hallucination, but I shall confine myself for the moment to having relayed to you the brief account of these two, because of something someone half said or half meant to say. I found my reverie at once swept away, and the glasses from the bar at which I sat were being cleared. The bar was closing. The waitress, a fortunately kind young woman who looked quite exhausted and on the verge of fainting, quietly accompanied me to the door and locked it behind me as I stepped out into the street, into the night of the city, into the vast birdless open to join the melting parade of other strangers headed home. Thank you.